Hey everybody, it's Brooke with The Buttered Home and welcome to My Messy Kitchen. I know it's been a minute since we've had a tip of the week, but we have a really good one for you today. Really simple, really easy, and it works for a lot of things. So we'll get to that in just a second. But sorry I've been MIA since the first of the year, but January, the beginning of January is always like super busy for me at my day job. And then you follow that up with the flu. The flu hit our house at the end, close to the end of January, and then I received it the beginning of February. If you've had the flu this year, then you know it's not just 3 days of fever. We're talking about like 3 weeks. 3 weeks going on 4 for me and 4 going on 5 for Big D of residual infection, you know, junk like that. But you're not here for us to talk about our ailments, or maybe you are. I mean, you might be the same age as me, and that's what we do, right? We talk about all the things that are wrong with us. Nonetheless, we hope that we're on the mend and that we can get back to our regularly scheduled tip of the week here on Sunday afternoons around 4-ish Central Time. So if you're just joining us for the first time, I am Brooke. I am the head dishwasher and recipe developer over at thebutteredhome.com, and we come to you to give you practical kitchen tips all so often to make your life in the kitchen easier. We also have some pretty good recipes too. So let's talk about what we're doing today. Butter. When you need it soft and you forgot to set it out, it takes forever, right? So, especially in these colder months, you know, my kitchen is not really that warm unless I just turn the oven on, and that's not a practical way to heat things up in the house for your pocketbook. So, a lot of times when I need softened butter, it's kind of like thawing out meat for supper. I don't always remember to do it. So today we're going to show you a way to soften butter or cream cheese for that matter, because it can be done the same way too, which will cut your waiting time to just a fraction of the time. And you can do this a couple of different ways. So I'm going to swap my camera so that you can see what I've got going on. First of all, you need something that you can use to take out your frustrations. For me, I'm using a rolling pin, but you could use, like, you know, any kind of wood object that you have. You don't want to hurt your countertops or anything like that, so just be mindful of that. Or if you have a meat tenderizer, a meat mallet, you can use one of those, but if they're the heavy steel ones, you want to be really careful with that. Now, I like doing this with parchment or wax paper, but I know that a lot of times a lot of people don't have those. So you can also use a zip top bag to do this in. You just want to have your butter covered on both sides. So that's like 2 pieces of parchment or wax or saran wrap, or you can use a zip top bag. Probably a bigger one than this, because if you're doing a whole stick like I am, it's gonna need some surface area. So we just take that butter and we put it down on one piece of parchment, and then we cover it with the other, and then we just, oh yeah, it's gonna be loud, so stay with me. So I like to get it started by just giving it a whack like that, and then you can take your rolling pin, or you can use a glass even, or a jar, and you just spread it out till it's kind of thin. And see, I can tell already just from flattening out the little bit that I have done that it's already starting to soften. So see why you need a lot of surface area? So now you just pull them apart, and then you have like a thin disc of really soft butter. soft to the point that it's okay to use it to bake with. Now it's still cool, so you could let it sit for just a minute more, or you could even take the warmth of your hands and just rub it to kind of speed things up. But because you have taken that block and flattened it out, it now takes it less time to come to room temperature and be soft for whatever application you need it for. So, and it's also really fun. So this is just a good, easy, practical way to do this. And this works for cream cheese too. And cream cheese is a little easier to work with because by normal standards, it's already softer than most refrigerated butter. So you could just take it and roll it out to flatten it, and it would be room temperature and soft, mixable in no time. So this is our tip of the week as we get back in the game and get recovered from all this junk we've had going around. I hope that you and your family have stayed well. Make sure that you're following us on all of our social platforms. We have a YouTube channel, so go subscribe to that if you haven't already. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you are, we're probably there too. We even have a TikTok. We haven't uploaded a TikTok in a minute, but if you're on TikTok, just go search for Brooke the Buttered Home and you'll find us there. We would love to have you following us there because a lot of times we add just a little bit different content on TikTok just because of the time constraints. Give you little small bites here and there on our TikTok channel. Also make sure that you are signed up for our VIP email list. You can do that at thebutteredhome.com. I'll drop links to that in both our YouTube and Facebook videos for this live because we send out weekly meal ideas. And as you know, if you've been with me for a while, we are an ambassador for Sweet Grown Alabama this year, which means we get to go out and we get to visit with all of these wonderful Alabama producers and farmers and talk with them about their livelihood, their families, their business, and the things that they do to help put fresh and great things on your table and in your house. Because as you'll find out as you follow me this year, is so much more than just produce or meat. And we're going to be focusing on some of those things that are staples in your house at different times of the year. And I think tonight at 8 p.m. we'll be highlighting a video that we've done for a visit that we made to Thorsby, Alabama last week. I met with a wonderful, wonderful, sweet family, the Duncans, who run Neely Tree Christmas Tree Farms. And it's so interesting that something that for really about 2 months out of the year that we find so much joy in, the people who bring that to you in the form of a beautiful, majestic Christmas tree in your home work tirelessly all year round so that you can come as a family and get a tree and bring it home and fill your home with the spirit of Christmas and giving. So that's interesting, and they're just a great family. Like I said, they are in Thorsby, Alabama, and they are a venue, a stop on your Christmas outings. So we'll be featuring them all year long so that you won't forget that if you need a Christmas tree, to shop local, shop an Alabama producer, and check them out for all the fun that they offer at their Christmas tree farm as well. So I'm excited to introduce Ginger and her family to you tonight. And that should be about 8 p.m. I think. But nonetheless, make sure that you're following us. You have us set to your favorites. You have ding that bell on YouTube so that you can be notified when we go live or drop new videos, because we want you with us wherever we are. So from all of us here at the Buttered Home to your home, we're going to go now and use the butter that we forgot to soften. And we sure love